Hello and welcome to FudgeMuppet. Before I get into the build, and I will be brief I promise, go and watch our Warlock backstory video if you missed out on it, and skip to the Q&A part. There's a link to take you straight there in the description. And in short, we're planning on having a Q&A, hopefully with better questions, each week. So in the comments, be sure to ask us anything to do with Skyrim, gaming, or our interests in general, and you may be mentioned in the next video. Moving on to the Skyrim build for this week. We have a Nord female seeking revenge, we have a shield expert, we have a Stormcloak, and we have a werewolf. I'm Michael, and this is the Shieldmaiden. So the backstory for this character is that she grew up in the town of Bruma in Cyrodiil, and after watching her father imprisoned by the Imperial Legion and tortured due to false accusations of stealing an amulet, she began to develop a dislike towards the Imperials. Believing her mother set her father up, the young woman left Bruma with a pet wolf named Lucky in an attempt to seek refuge within the many camps that lay to the north. Upon her trip, she came across the ruins of Cloudruler Temple, and the woman discovered it to be home to a group of what she assumed were very professional freelance mercenaries from Skyrim. Due to her beauty, the mercenaries let her rest there, and over many months, her talent with a shield, combined with lessons from the mercenaries themselves, saw her become quite skilled at combat. In order to stay with the group, instead of paying a fee, the mercenaries requested she explore the surrounding mountains for troublemakers each week, and returning from a late night trip across a nearby bridge, a group of corrupt Imperial guards had barred the structure, demanding a fee she could not provide. While skilled, she didn't have the energy to battle 10 guards at the time, and fed up with her situation, she decided to trek it to Skyrim, which she had heard was the true land of her people. As she left to walk away with only the gear the mercenaries gave her, she heard a yelp from behind, and as she turned around, she saw an arrow stuck in her wolf's abdomen, and heard a laugh in the distance. Enraged and helpless, she picked up her pace to Skyrim, and on the border she discovered a Stormcloak camp. After hearing they fought against Imperials and were also willing to take care of her if she joined, she was more than delighted to commit. Upon crossing the border, she was caught and carted to Helgen. From there, however, the story doesn't end. Your job in roleplaying this character is to play her story and help the Stormcloaks take over Skyrim. Firstly, you want to make sure you're prepared, and after recommendations to join the companions, you decide to sign up. So step 1, play the companion storyline, and make sure at the end you pick up Isgrimor's shield. It'll be your skull smasher for the rest of the game. During this storyline, you're offered the privilege of becoming a werewolf, and realizing how much help a werewolf would be on the front lines against the Legion, you accept without a second thought. You can also gain extra werewolf abilities by doing Ayla's quests, which give you werewolf totems to choose powers from. Be sure to Google it. Step 2, head to Falkreath Prison and do Hircine's quest. Your goal during the quest is to kill the hunters for the werewolf, and then kill and skin the werewolf after. This will glitch the game slightly, in the way that it will give you both Saviour's hide, which is the armor you'll be wearing, as well as Hircine's ring, a ring allowing unlimited werewolf transformations. Also, when you can, find or smith yourself an ancient Nordic helmet for some awesome horns and increased armor rating. Be sure to use any one-handed sword you like with the shield, however if you have the Dragonborn DLC, Nordic fits in well with the looks of the character and the role-playing pretty well. You may also want to head to Solstheim, where you can hear rumours of a reclusive werewolf tribe, which you can go encounter. Being a werewolf, they'll allow you to purchase rings to further improve your werewolf abilities. Step 3. You're also going to want to max out your werewolf perks completely. And the best way to do this is to firstly unlock the perk that allows you to feed on any creature, as this will speed up the perk gaining process majorly. With all your gear, it's time for step 4, to obliterate the Imperial Legion from Skyrim. If you've done everything I've said so far, this will be more than easy and a whole lot of fun. Until you become a Stormcloak officer, you can wear fur gauntlets and boots, but once you become a Stormcloak officer, you'll be wearing Stormcloak officer gauntlets and boots. Yep, that makes sense. Alright, now that you're geared up and a werewolf god, you're gonna want to have the skills that kill. Obviously, block is a major component of this character, as you'll be using your shield all the time to deflect arrows, block power attacks, and cave in Imperial faces. As mentioned, you'll need one-handed for your main offense when you're not in werewolf form. Light armor will also be needed to increase your armor rating, however your heavy armor, just being a helmet, won't need perks. Smithing is also a good idea, as it will further improve your armor rating and weapon damage. Of course, don't forget you'll want all the werewolf perks, as this will be the main part of your combat style. In terms of a stone, our favourite as usual is the Lordstone. Having the magic resistance from the Lordstone combined with the magic resistance of Saviour's hide works well, plus you'll have an extra bit of armor rating too. In terms of a stat spread, I find half health, half stamina works well with a lot of melee characters, so you can try that. However, if you keep dying, up the health, or if you keep running out of stamina, allocate points into that. It all depends on how you play. All the perks you'll need are in the description as always, so be sure to check them out. Well, that concludes this week's build. It's slightly longer than usual, but it sorta had to be to properly explain the playstyle and the quests you'll have to do. In the description there's a link to Scott's Twitter to follow, as well as of course a link for all the perks you'll need. Don't forget, we're hoping to do a weekly or fortnightly Q&A, so remember to send in all the personal or not so personal questions you can via the comment section or on our Facebook page, which is linked in the description below. I'm Michael from FudgeMuppet, and Scott and I will see you soon.